In an ideal world, would you love to have Sharia law in the UK? Sanjay has called to have his say. Hello, Sanjay.
Hello, morning, Jonathan. You're right.
Hi. What are your thoughts?
I was just going to say that this is England, and we already have a law. It's the British law. They shouldn't have any Sharia courts in the UK, Sharia, any sort of law, or even give advice, because if they want to, like you said, you go to the mosque, Muslims can go to the mosque. We have mosques in the UK, but they should not be imposing their own sort of law in the UK.
But apparently it's not imposing law. It is there as advice and guidance in the kind of spiritual and religious world of Islam.
You know, Sharia is completely incompatible with any non-Muslim country. By being here, all it's going to do is going to make Muslims in the UK more intolerant towards other faiths. The thing is, Muslims should be working on being more respectful to other communities, other religions, especially women. I want Muslims to understand that women are equal to men and respect them. But Sharia is completely the opposite, and it should just simply not be anywhere in the UK. And they should. Firstly, another thing I was just going to say is one of the plans of the Muslims is to keep overpopulating, and by overpopulating, when they become majority, they'll ask for this state as an Islamic state.
Sorry, where is all this coming from?
This is true facts. I'll give you an example.
Based on what?
Because
sounds like fear-mongering to me.
No, this is why they have so many kids. I've been to the mosque as a kid with my Muslim mates, and on Friday they used to tell the Muslims create so many kids. And I was innocent back then, and I've seen it, and he used to say, why? So they can overpopulate to take over the country. They're doing it democratically. This is one of their missions. And it's a very serious thing. Now, there's nothing wrong with Muslims. The problem is you must stop being intolerant towards everyone.
OK, stay there, Sanjay. Let me bring Fazilat in Milton Keynes in. Good morning to you, Fazilat.
Good morning, Jonathan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. You'd like to have some Sharia law in this country?
We are not imposing Sharia law. What we're saying is we would advise, like with having the legal committee, not a legal committee.
That's Sanjay's point. Yet this is all part of a move to get more and more Sharia law into this country. And to increase this kind of Islamification of this country. I think that's Sanjay's point.
That is Sanjay's point, I think, and I've never heard such utter rubbish. I'm a British Muslim woman who is part of a lot of different, I've got my fingers in a lot of different pies, if you want to call it that way. We've spoken quite a few on different subjects, and I think that's utter rubbish. This is not what we're doing here. What we want to do is to be part of the system, but on certain aspects, we would like the laws of our religion, which they've trialed and accepted in Canada, where Sharia law is accepted in certain aspects, and it's part of their legal system.
And what if I was to say, Fazilat, tough? This is not a Muslim country. This is a Christian country. We have a UK-based law, and we do not need any other religious courts or religious councils or religious organisations to start providing anything that remotely looks like legal advice to people.
I understand that, but this is where you are going to get the abuse and the kind of things that what Sanjay is talking about at the moment. You will find that happening underground because you are under an umbrella. This is why this is the reason why we're saying that some aspects of Sharia law have to be, and even, for example, lawyers and barristers can go into these places and get advice.
Just one quick final question before I go to the travel news. In an ideal world, I want you to be honest with me, in an ideal world, would you love to have Sharia law in the UK?
What, complete Sharia law?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Why not?
Because it would not fit in with the British society. If I wanted complete Sharia law, then I would be living in a completely Muslim country where Sharia law is properly imposed.
But how as a Muslim, as a devout Muslim, can you not want Sharia law? Because surely by not wanting Sharia law, you're ultimately saying there are some parts of Sharia law you disagree with, and you surely shouldn't disagree with anything.
No, which is my right. This is the difference in what in Islam so many people misunderstand. We are allowed to have different opinions. And you will find even scholars have different opinions about Sharia law. And this is where we have religious leaders and where they sit and discuss and say, right, how does this law fit into where we live? Because we also have the by our religion, by our faith. We have to follow the country that we live in, their laws as well.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed.
That we need to do as a Muslim.
Fazilat, Sanjay, thank you very much for your calls.